Hey Lauren, how you doing? All right, looks like you decided to go with plastic pollution in the ocean. I think that's a great concept. It's a good choice. I guess it's basically the same as my sketch, which is good. I mean, your digital comp should resemble your sketch to a very, very, very high degree, and that's why we sketch. We sketch so that sketching is quick, right? It's a lot quicker than getting it and giving it digital rendering. And what a sketch is it's an inexpensive way for designers to show their work to art directors, creative directors, and in a lot of cases, even a client, before you start spending the labor intensive work on the computer. So sketching to show intent is very, very much a standard procedure in a design studio. So that said, I want to address a couple of things, specifically from this point on in your writing. You say that you use Procreate and then image trace. Those are two things I highly, highly, highly recommend we stay away from. Let me explain this, Lauren. So if we jump over to and I'm at the week one, project one poster begin stage. And if we jump over here, where the heck is it? Oh, right down here in deliverables. The poster will be executed in using Adobe Illustrator. No other method will be accepted. Okay, so Procreate, unfortunately, is out. This has got to be created in Illustrator only. All right. The other thing is this, is that you mentioned that you use Live Trace, and it's really, really obvious. And I don't think that's putting us in an advantage position, in an advantageous position for the following reasons. As we work through the class, I think it's really important for students to kind of gauge their work or point their work in the direction of um, a final student portfolio, right? So we should be working towards that end goal, right? You go through these 8-week classes, it would be great to come out with a tangible piece that you can include in your portfolio. So that's how I kind of look at the projects within the class. So I look at this piece and I say, is this something that would be worthy of a student portfolio? And the reason I say no is because of this. Is you want to showcase your talents. You want to showcase your technical proficiency um, in illustration and in the techniques associated with digital illustration. The image trace is a kind of a one-click fix that industry professionals look at image trace and just kind of say, okay, this is not a viable solution because it's basically, as I said, it's a one-click fix. Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of actually digitally illustrating things, we take something and we put an image trace on it, and it gets us this kind of banded result that are just, I mean, a designer will look at this and it won't take half a second before an experienced designer looks at this and says, oh, that's image trace. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's just not looked at as a feasible alternative in digital illustration. My recommendation is to illustrate this manually. Um, Now, even if this is a piece that maybe isn't suitable for your student portfolio, or maybe that's not the direction that you really are interested in going, it's still going to be superior technique to learn the basics of Illustrator. So we got to get in there and hand illustrate this. Okay, now I hope my comments make sense, and it's really relevant. The points I'm making here are super relevant to A, learning Illustrator expeditiously and correctly, and B, attaining a final piece that is indicative of industry standard technique. I hope I'm making sense. It's really, really important, and please let me know if I'm making sense. I'm not just here trying to give you more work. Trust me, I think it's really, really important that we approach this. So I think the most important thing right now is that my comments make sense to you. Please be honest with me. If they don't make sense, let me know. I'll try to I'll try to clarify. I think the concept is fantastic. I think for the execution technique, I think it's fantastic. But again, just want to stay away from this kind of one-click kind of solution that is found in the image trace. So that said, let's go ahead and reapproach this, try to get this design more in a more traditional digital sense, actually building the illustration right in Illustrator, trying to stay away from any filters or image trace techniques. Okay. Now, again, really, really super important to me, Lauren, that my comments make sense. And please, please let me know if they do. Okay. Thank you very much.